In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. But the answer of his people was naught except that they said, Drive out the people of Lot from your city. Verily they are people who seek to be pure. So we saved him and his household, except his wife. We had decreed her to be of those that tarried. And we rained down on them a shower of brimstone, and evil was the shower of those who had been warned. Say, Praise be to Allah, and peace be on His servants whom He has chosen. Is Allah better, or what they associate with Him? Or who created the heavens and the earth, and sent down for you water from the sky? Then we caused to grow thereby beautiful gardens. It was not in your power that you grew the trees thereof. Is there any God with Allah? Nay, they are a people who deviate. Or who made the earth a resting place, and made in it rivers, and placed firm mountains therein, and placed between the two seas a barrier. Is there any God with Allah? Nay, most of them do not know. Or who answers the distressed one when he calls on him, and removes the distress, and makes you successors in the earth? Is there any God with Allah? Little it is that you heed. Or who guides you in the darkness of the land and the sea, and who sends the winds as heralds of glad tidings of His mercy? Is there any God with Allah? Exalted high is Allah, above what they associate with Him. Or who originates the creation, then reproduces it, and who gives you sustenance from the heaven and the earth? Is there any God with Allah? Say, Bring your proof, if you are truthful. Say, No one in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen save Allah, and they do not know when they shall be raised. Nay, but their knowledge falls as to the hereafter. Nay, they are in doubt about it. Nay, they are quite blind unto it. And those who disbelieve say, When we have become dust, and our fathers too, shall we certainly be brought forth again? Indeed, we had been promised this, we and our fathers before too, but these are not but fables of the ancients. Say, Travel in the earth and see how the end of the guilty ones has been. And do not grieve for them, nor be you straitened for what they devise. And they say, When shall this promise of chastisement come to pass, if you are truthful? Say, Maybe that it is after you, a part of what you seek to hasten. And verily your Lord is the Lord of grace unto the people, but most of them are not grateful. And verily your Lord well knows what their breasts conceal, and what they manifest. And there is nothing hidden in the heavens and the earth, but it is in a manifest book. Verily this Quran relates to the children of Israel most of what they differ in. And verily it is a guidance and mercy for the believers. Verily your Lord will judge between them by His judgment, and He is the mighty, the knowing. Therefore rely on Allah. Verily you are on the manifest truth. Verily you cannot make the dead listen, nor can you make the deaf hear the call when they turn away backward. Nor can you lead the blind against their straying. You can make none hear, save those who believe in our revelations and who have surrendered. And when the word is fulfilled against them, we shall bring forth for them a moving creature from the earth that shall speak unto them, because people did not believe in our revelations. And on the day when we shall muster out of every nation a party from those who belied our revelations, and they shall be kept in rank. Till when they come before their Lord, He will say, Did you reject my revelations, while you had no comprehensive knowledge of them? Or what was it you did? And the word will be fulfilled against them, because they were unjust, so they shall not speak. Have they not seen how we have appointed the night, that they may rest therein, and the day to give light? Verily in this are signs for the people who believe. And remind them of the day when the trumpet will be blown, and those who are in the heavens and those who are in the earth shall be terrified, Accept him whom Allah pleases, and all shall come to him in utter humility. And you see the mountains and think them firmly fixed, but they shall pass away as the passing away of the cloud. It is the work of Allah, who has made everything in perfect order. Verily, He is aware of what you do. Whoever brings good, for him shall be better than it, and they shall be secure from terror on that day. And whoever brings evil, those shall be cast down on their faces in the hellfire. Are you rewarded for anything except what you used to do? O Muhammad, say, I am commanded only to serve the Lord of this city, who has made it sacred, and His are all things, and I am commanded that I should be of those who submit, and that I should recite the Quran to people. So whoever is guided aright, he is guided aright to his own gain, and whoever goes astray, then say, I am only one of the warners. And say, Praise be to Allah. Soon He will show you His signs that you shall recognize them, and your Lord is not heedless of what you do. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Tasin. There are verses of the book that makes the truth clear. We recite to you of the story of Moses and Pharaoh in truth, for a people who believe. Verily, Pharaoh exalted himself in the land of Egypt, and divided its people into sections, weakening a group of them. He slaughtered their sons and spared alive their females. Verily, he was of the mischief makers. And we have intended to bestow our favor upon those who were oppressed in the earth, and to make them leaders in faith, and make them heirs, and to grant them power in the earth, and to show Pharaoh and Hamein and their hosts what they were dreading from them. And we inspired unto the mother of Moses, saying, Suckle him, then when you fear for him, cast him into the river, and do not fear nor grieve, for we will return him unto you, and make him one of the apostles. Then the people of Pharaoh picked him up from the river, that he might be unto them an enemy, and a cause of their grief. Verily Pharaoh and Hamein and their hosts were sinners. And Pharaoh's wife said, He will be a joy of the eye for me and for you. Do not slay him. Maybe he will profit us, or we may take him for a son. But they did not perceive what they were doing. And the heart of the mother of Moses became void. She was about to disclose it, had we not strengthened her heart, so that she might be of the believers in our promises. And she said to the sister of Moses, Follow him. So she watched him from afar, while they did not perceive. And we already forbade on him all foster mothers, until his sister came up and said, Shall I guide you unto the people of a house who will take care of him for you, and they will be benevolent to him? Thus did we restore him to his mother, that her eye might be refreshed, and that she might not grieve, and that she might know that the promise of Allah is true, but most of them do not know. And when he reached his full strength and was ripe, we granted him wisdom and knowledge, and thus do we reward the good doers. And he entered the city at a time when its people were unheeding, and found there 2 men fighting, one being of his own party, and the other of his enemies. Then the one that was of his own party sought his help against the one who was of his enemies. So Moses struck him with his fist and killed him. He said, This is of the Satan's doing. Verily he is an enemy that manifestly misleads. Moses said, My Lord, verily I have done harm to myself. Do you then forgive me? So Allah forgave him. Verily he is the forgiving, the merciful. He said, My Lord, for the bounty you have bestowed on me, never shall I be a supporter of the guilty. And he was in the city, fearing awaiting, when behold, the man who had the day before sought his help, called aloud for his help again. Moses said to him, Verily you are one erring manifestly. So when he intended to assault him who was the enemy of them both, the man said, O Moses, do you intend to kill me as you killed a person yesterday? You desire nothing but to be a tyrant in the land, and you do not desire to be of the reformers. And there came a man from the furthest part of the city, running. He said, O Moses, verily the chiefs are consulting to slay you. So depart from here at once. Verily I am one of your sincere advisers. So he departed therefrom, fearing, awaiting, and he said, My Lord, deliver me from the unjust people. And when he turned his face towards Madian, he said, I do hope that my Lord will guide me in the right path. And when he arrived at the watering place in Madian, he found on it a group of men watering their flocks, and besides them he found 2 women keeping back their flocks. He said, What is the matter with you? They said, We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds take away their sheep from the water, and our father is a very old man. So he watered their flocks for them, then he turned back to the shade, and said, My Lord, verily I stand in need of whatever good you may send down to me. Afterwards one of the 2 damsels came to him, walking bashfully. She said, Verily my father invites you that he may give you the reward of your having watered for us. So when he came to him and narrated unto him his story, the old man said, Be not afraid, you are secure from the unjust people. One of the 2 damsels said, O my father, employ him. Verily the best of those that you can employ is the strong man, the faithful one. He said, Verily I intend to wed one of these 2 daughters of mine to you, on condition that you serve me for 8 years. But if you complete 10, it will be of your own free will, and I do not wish to be hard to you. If Allah wills, you will find me one of the righteous ones. Moses accepted Shu'aib's suggestion and said, This shall be an agreement between me and you. Whichever of the 2 terms I fulfill, there shall be no injustice unto me, and Allah is a witness of what we say. So when Moses had fulfilled the term, and he journeyed with his family, he observed a fire in the direction of Mount Tur. He said to his family, Tarry you here. Verily I observe a fire. Perhaps I shall bring you news of it, or a brand of the fire, so that you may warm yourselves. Then when he came to it, he was called by a voice from the right side of the valley, in the blessed spot, from the tree, saying, O Moses, verily I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And saying, Cast down your staff. So when he saw it in motion as if it were a serpent, he turned back, retreating, and did not return. Then it was said to him, O Moses, come you forward, and fear you not, for surely you are in security. Now enter your hand into your bosom, and it will come forth white, radiant, without evil, and draw your arm to yourself to ward off fear. And these 2 miracles be 2 proofs from your Lord unto Pharaoh and his chiefs. Verily they have been a transgressing people. He said, My Lord, verily I have killed one of them, so I fear that they would slay me. And my brother Aaron, he is more eloquent in speech than I, so send him with me as an assistant, to testify me. Surely I fear that they would reject me. Allah said, We will strengthen your arm with your brother, and we will give you both an authority, so that they shall not reach you. Go with our signs. You 2 and those who follow you 2 shall be the triumphant. So when Moses came to them with our clear signs, they said, This is nothing but a forged sorcery, and we never heard of it amongst our fathers of old. And Moses said, My Lord knows best who comes with guidance from unto him, and whose end will be the best in the hereafter. Verily the unjust will not prosper. And Pharaoh said, O chiefs, no God do I know for you but myself. Therefore, O Hamein, light me a fire upon the clay, and build for me a tower, so that I may obtain knowledge of Moses as God. And verily I think him to be one of the liars. And he and his hosts prided in the land without any right, and they thought that they would not be returned unto us. So we seized him and his hosts, and we cast them into the sea. Behold then, how was the end of the unjust? And we appointed them leaders who invite unto the hellfire, and on the day of judgment they shall not be helped. And in this world we made a curse to follow them, and on the day of judgment they will be of those made to appear hideous. And indeed we gave Moses the book, Torah, after we had destroyed the earlier generations, as a means of insight for mankind and a guidance and mercy, that perhaps they might receive admonition. And you were not on the western side of Mount Tur when we passed to Moses the commandment, and you were not one of the witnesses. But we raised up generations, and a long time passed upon them, and you were not dwelling among the people of Madian, reciting unto them our signs, but we were sending messengers. And you were not on the side of the Mount Tur when we called unto Moses, but this revelation is a mercy from your Lord, that you warn a people to whom no warner had come before you, in order that they may receive admonition. And were it not that there should befall them a calamity for what their hands have sent before, they would say, Our Lord, why did you not send to us a messenger, so that we might follow your signs, and so be of the believers? But when the truth came to them from us, they said, Why has he not been given the like of what was given Moses? But did they not believe also in what Moses was given aforetime? They said, A pair of sorceries supporting each other. And they also said, Verily we disbelieve in all. Say, O Apostle Muhammad, bring you then a book from Allah that gives better guidance than both of them, that is the Torah and the Quran, that I follow it, if you are truthful. But if they do not answer you, then know that they only follow their own low desires. And who is more astray than he who follows his own low desire, without any guidance from Allah? Verily Allah does not guide the unjust people. And we have made the word reach them in order that perhaps they may be admonished. Those to when we gave the book before this Quran, they believe in it. And when it is recited to them, they say, We believe in it. Verily it is the truth from our Lord. Verily even before it we had surrendered. These shall be granted their reward twice, for that they patiently endured, and avert evil with good, and spend out of the sustenance we have provided them with. And when they hear idle talk, they turn away from it, and say, We shall have our deeds, and you shall have your deeds. Peace be on you. We do not seek the ignorant. Verily you cannot guide whom you like, but Allah guides whomever He pleases, and He knows best those that are guided. And they say, If we follow the guidance with you, we shall be driven out from our land. Have we not settled them in a secure sanctuary to which fruits of everything are drawn as a provision from us? But most of them do not know. And how many a town we did destroy which exulted in its means of subsistence. So these are their abodes. They have not been dwelt in after them, save a little, and we are their heirs. And your Lord never destroyed the towns until He raised in their centers a messenger, reciting to them our signs. And we never destroyed the towns except when their people were unjust. And whatever things you have been given are only a provision of the life of this world and its adornment, and whatever is with Allah is better and more lasting. Have you then no sense? Is he then unto whom we have promised a goodly promise, which he shall meet it, similar to him whom we have provided with the provision of the life of this world? Then on the day of hereafter he shall be of those brought up for punishment. And on the day when he will call them and say, Where are my associates whom you were asserting? Those against whom the sentence has been confirmed will say, Our Lord, these are they whom we led astray. We led them astray, as we were astray ourselves. To you we declare ourselves to be clear of them. They were not unto us worshipping. And it will be said unto them, Call your associate gods. So they will call upon them, but they will not answer them. And they will see the punishment, and would wish that they had been guided aright. And on that day he will call them and say, What was the answer you gave to the messengers? On that day all tidings will be dimmed for them, nor will they ask each other. But anyone that in this life repents and believes and works righteousness, perhaps he shall be one of the prosperous ones. And your Lord creates whatever he pleases, and he chooses. They have not the choice. Glory be to Allah, and exalted be he above what they associate with him. And your Lord knows what their breasts conceal and what they manifest. And he is Allah, there is no God but he. His is all praise in this life and the hereafter, and his is the authority, and unto him you shall be returned. Say, have you thought, if Allah made the night everlasting for you till the day of resurrection, what God other than Allah shall bring you illumination? Will you not hear? Say, have you thought, if Allah made the day everlasting for you till the day of resurrection, what God other than Allah shall bring you the night in which you rest? Do you not then see? And it is out of his mercy that he has made for you the night and the day, that you may rest therein, and that you may seek of his grace, and that you may give thanks. And on the day when he shall call them and say, Where are my partners whom you used to assert? And we will draw forth from every nation a witness, and say, Bring you your proof. Then shall they know that the truth is Allah's, and that which they used to forge shall depart from them. Verily Korah was of the people of Moses, but he oppressed them, and we had given him of the treasures so much that its keys would have been a burden to a company of men endowed with strength. Once his people said to him, Do not exult, for Allah does not love the exultant. And seek by means of what Allah has given you, the abode of the hereafter, and do not forget your portion in this world, and be good to others, just as Allah has been good to you, and do not seek to make mischief in the land. Verily Allah does not love the mischief makers. Said he, Korah, I have been given this wealth only because of a knowledge that is in me. Did he not know that Allah had destroyed before him of the generations that were mightier in strength than he, and greater in amassing wealth? And then even the guilty shall not be asked about their sins. So he went forth unto his people in his adornment. Those who aspired for the life of this world said, We wish we had like what Korah has been given. Verily he owns a great fortune. And those who were given true knowledge said, Woe to you! Allah's reward is better for him who believes and acts righteously, and none shall attain it save the patient. And we caused the earth to swallow up him and his house. Then for him there was no group to help him against the wrath of Allah, nor could he defend himself. And by seeing Korah's annihilation those who yearned for his position the day before were saying, "Ah, that Allah enlarges the sustenance for whomever He pleases of His servants, or restricts it. Had not Allah been gracious to us, He might have made the earth swallow us too. Ah, know that the unbelievers do not prosper." That abode of the hereafter, we assign it for those who do not intend to exalt themselves in the earth, nor to make mischief, and the good end is for the pious ones. Whoever brings good, he shall have a reward better than it. And whoever brings evil, then those who commit misdeeds shall not be requited except for what they used to do. Verily, He who has revealed and ordained the Quran unto you will bring you back to the destination. Say, "My Lord knows best, him who has brought the guidance, and him who is in manifest error." And you did not hope that the book should be cast unto you, except it be a mercy from your Lord. Therefore be not a supporter of the disbelievers. And let them not turn you away from the signs of Allah after they have been sent down unto you, and invite mankind unto your Lord, and be not of the polytheists. And do not call upon another God with Allah. There is no God but He. Everything is perishable but He. He is the authority, and unto Him shall you be returned. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Alif Lam Mim. Do people imagine that they will be left off on saying, "We believe," and they will not be tried? And certainly we tried those before them, and assuredly Allah knows those who speak truly, and assuredly He knows the liars. Or do those who practice evil imagine that they will outstrip us? Evil is it that they judge. Whoever hopes to meet Allah knows that the term appointed by Allah is surely coming, and He is the hearing, the knowing. And whoever strives hard, he strives only for his own self. Verily Allah is self-sufficient, above need of the worlds. And those who believe and do righteous deeds, we shall certainly acquit them of their evil deeds, and shall recompense them the best of what they were doing. And we have enjoined on man goodness unto his parents, and if they strive with you that you should associate others with me, of which you have no knowledge, then do not obey them. Unto me is your return, and I will inform you of what you were doing. And those who believe and do righteous deeds, certainly we shall admit them among the righteous. And among the people there are those who say, "We believe in Allah," and when they are hurt in Allah's cause, they think the persecution of men as it were Allah's chastisement, and if help comes from your Lord, they would certainly say, "Verily we were with you." What? Is not Allah the best knower of what is in the breasts of mankind? And certainly Allah knows those who believe, and certainly He knows the hypocrites. And those who disbelieve say unto those who believe, "Follow our path, and we will certainly bear the burden of your sins." And they shall not be bearers of anything of their sins. Verily they are liars. And certainly they shall carry their own burdens, and other burdens with their own burdens. And certainly they shall be questioned on the day of resurrection as to what they were forging. And certainly we sent Noah to his people, so he remained among them 1,000 years, save 50 years, and the deluge overtook them, while they were unjust. So we delivered him and the companions of the ark, and we made it a sign for all peoples. And recollect Abraham when he said unto his people, "Worship Allah and be in awe of Him. That will be best for you, if you did but know. You worship idols besides Allah, and you create a calumny. Verily those whom you worship besides Allah do not own for you any sustenance. Therefore seek the sustenance from Allah, and worship only Him, and be grateful to Him. Unto Him you shall be returned." And if you reject the message, so did generations before you, and nothing is incumbent on the messenger but a plain delivery of the message. Have they not seen how Allah originates creation, then brings it back again? Verily that is easy for Allah. Say, travel in the earth and see how He has originated the creation. Then Allah brings forth the later creation. Verily Allah is powerful over everything. He punishes whom He pleases, and has mercy on whom He pleases, and unto Him you will be turned back. You are not able to frustrate Him, either in the earth or in the heavens, and you have not, apart from Allah, either a protector or a helper. And those who disbelieved in the signs of Allah and His meeting, these are despaired of my mercy, and these it is that shall have a painful chastisement. But the answer of His people was only that they said, "Kill him or burn him." Then Allah saved him from the fire. Verily in this there are signs for a people who believe.
And said Abraham, "You have chosen only idols instead of Allah. The love between you is only the life of the world. Then on the day of resurrection, some of you shall deny the others, and some of you shall curse the others. And your abode shall be the hellfire, and for you shall not be any helpers."
Then Lot believed in him, Abraham, and he said, "I am a fugitive unto my Lord, for verily He is the mighty, the wise." And we granted him Isaac and Jacob, and we appointed the prophecy and the book to be among his progeny, and we gave him his recompense in the world, and verily in the hereafter he will certainly be of the righteous. And remember Lot, when he said to his people, "Verily you commit a lewdness which none of the people of the worlds has ever done before you. Do you approach males and cut the way of natural matrimony, and you commit dishonor in your assemblies?" But his people gave no answer, except that they said, "Bring us the chastisement of Allah, if you are of the truthful ones." He, Lot, said, "My Lord, help me against the mischievous people." And when our messengers came to Abraham with the glad tidings of a son unto him, they said, "Verily we are going to destroy the people of this town, for verily its people are unjust." Said Abraham to the messenger angels, "Verily Lot is in it." They said, "We know very well who is in it. We shall certainly deliver him and his family, except his wife. She shall be of those who stay behind." And when our messengers came to Lot, he was grieved on their account and distressed for them. But they said, "Fear not, nor grieve, for verily we shall deliver you and your family, except your wife. She shall be of those who stay behind. Verily we are bringing down upon the people of this town a punishment from heaven for what they were transgressing. And certainly we have left a clear sign of it for a people who have sense." And to Madian we did send their brother Shu'aib. So he said, "O my people, worship Allah and look you for the last day, and do not act corruptly in the land, making mischief." But they belied him, so the earthquake seized them, and they lay dead in their abodes, motionless by the morning. And we destroyed Ad and Thamud, and it has become clear to you from their dwelling places. And Satan made their deeds fair-seeming unto them, so he kept them back from the right path, though they were keen-sighted. And we destroyed Korah, and Pharaoh, and Haman, and indeed Moses came unto them with clear proofs, but they behaved haughtily in the land, yet they could not outstrip us. So each one of them we seized in punishment for his sin, and of them, against some we sent a violent tornado, with showers of stones. Some were caught by a mighty blast. Some we caused the earth to swallow up, and some we drowned. And it was not Allah to do injustice to them, but they unto their own selves did injustice. The parable of those who take guardians besides Allah is as the parable of the spider that makes for itself a house. But verily the frailest of all houses is the house of the spider, if they but know this. Verily Allah knows whatever thing they call upon besides Him, and He is the Mighty, the Wise. And such are the parables we set forth for mankind, but none understand them but the learned ones. Allah created the heavens and the earth with truth. Verily, in this is a sign for the believers. Recite that which has been revealed to you of the book, and establish the prayer. Verily, prayer keeps one away from indecency and evil, and certainly the remembrance of Allah is greater, and Allah knows what you do.